A KSL Sports presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by UCCU.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful night here at Spanish Fork High School in Spanish Fork, Utah. The perfect setting for a 4A state playoff battle between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Park City Miners. The winner of this game books a trip to Rice-Eccles Stadium for next week's 4A state semifinals. Jeremiah Jensen, Steven Sylvester with you, as always, here on Game Night Live. Chilly night tonight. Fall is in the air in the greatest degree, Sly. This is why we love high school football. Moments like this when both teams have a chance to make their dreams come true and go to the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium, where you became a legend. So this game, as we look at it, both these teams really good on offense, Sly, but it's the running backs that really get things going for both sides. And Spanish Fork has a 2,000-yard rusher in this game. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Caden Vest last year, and we were just like, oh, this kid's got something. He's definitely put in the work in the offseason. You've definitely seen it this year, and it's intense. They're getting further in the playoffs. I think we saw them against Bear River at the very first beginning of the playoffs last year. Now they're making more advanced. They're getting better and better every year. The facilities around here are allowing these guys. We talked about it last year, about what they're doing here at Spanish Fork, and it's absolutely awesome. They're putting it together, and I think they want to book a trip to Rice-Eccles Stadium more than anything. But as you said, both of these teams are coming in here ready to rumble. This is it. This is what I love about football. It's like you got to put it all out in the line tonight. There is no tomorrow. And so that's what's going to happen tonight. There's a long time coming for Spanish Fork. They want to start with the football tonight, and they're going to put it all on display.
And on the other side, Park City Slide, they've been just as prolific on offense, but the focus has really been on their run game with Elijah Warner. 1,100 yards rushing, 20 touchdowns. He's the guy that gets things going for them. So keep an eye on Elijah Warner and a lot of players. We're going to talk about a lot of these Spanish Fork players on offense. McKay Smith, the quarterback, what a season he's having. Almost 70% completion rate this season. 2,555 yards, 25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And Brock Jacobson, 71 catches, 1,119 yards, 12 touchdowns to go along with Caden Vest and his 2,156 yards and 25 touchdowns. This offense has been awesome, but so is Park City, as they're averaging 37 points per game this season. Spanish Fork takes the opening kickoff right up the middle, out all the way out to the 39-yard line, and that's Brock Jacobson. We just mentioned his name, their leading receiver. They got playmakers on this team, and we haven't even talked about their 4-star offensive lineman, Aaron Dunn, who was committed to Utah and now is going to USC. He's flipped to USC. He's the number 1 ranked prospect in the state. This Spanish Fork team has a lot of talent.
Yeah, Aaron Dunn, we've seen him. I was
big
blown
number
away.
79. Look at him right there.
Yeah, we saw him as just a freshman or sophomore a few years ago, and I'm just like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
I mean, there was like everybody's on him. He did a couple camps in the offseason, and the whole world blew up and knew about him. And he's become an amazing football player year after year. And this is his best year so far. And of course, he's getting all of these national recognition, well-deserved. He's been a highly productive guy each and every year he's been out on the football team, man. So it's got to be fun to be a running back, Caden Vest, and a quarterback having a guy up front like that.
And there's Caden Vest, his first carry of the game. Just a yard on that play after the 40. This will be 2nd down and 9. Smith takes a snap. He's going to hand it off again to Vest. They're going right at that Park City front. They're testing their strength right out of the gate.
Yeah, and that's something to kind of notice here. You know, you got your big D1 USC commit, Aaron Dunn, on the right side, but they are attacking the left side. There's 2 straight run plays designed to go to the left side of, this of the offense in Park City's right side defense. So they must have seen something, in preparation to design runs to go that way.
Now Smith's going to pass for the first time in the game. Over the middle, catch is made for a first down. Into Park City territory. They're going to mark him at the 46. That's Gage Christensen with the catch. A junior receiver, 6'1", 165.
Great decision. You know, it didn't come open right when it was normally supposed to, but he held onto the ball for one more second, and it allowed his guy to come free and made a great throw. That was a dart right for a first down. That's exactly what you want from your quarterback. Be patient, trust your offensive line to give you enough time in the pocket and deliver the football.
Back to the run, Vest up the middle. All this talk, Sly, about the skill position players and how dynamite they are, but this game's going to be won in the trenches. Spanish Fork has a little bit of a size advantage there, but Park City has had some really good results defensively so far this season. Just one touchdown short of an undefeated season.
Yeah, those are heartbreakers when you go back. You try to take something back. Like, we could have had this, we could have had that. But again, you're going to look at it. You know, that's going to be offsides on Park City here. But this Park City defense is incredible, right? They're holding opponents to
16 defense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
To very low numbers, and rightfully so. But this is going to be a dogfight, as you said. Games like this are going to be won in the trenches, especially late in that fourth quarter. Is going to see who's going to come out on top and make the right plays at the right time.
Josh Monsingo, the head coach of Park City, has won a lot of games there, 10-1 this season, 5-1 in region. Smith, back to the left, catch is made. Brock Jacobson, close to the marker, and they're going to give him the first down, but he paid a price.
Great tackle. Great job reading this. You know, quick to the other side, come straight back to the tunnel screen, but great technique right here. Boom. Get on the legs, get your head out of the way, and drive backwards. You see how low they got?
Man wins.
Low man wins. Jacobson got low as well, but watch the defenders get low right here. Boom. It's almost like they were on their knees to come up there. That's picture perfect right there. They were leaning forward. That's exactly what you want to do. Great defensive technique there by Park City.
Good, clean football on both sides. Smith's going to roll to his left. He's a lefty. He throws left. Wide open and out of bounds. He was open for a minute, but the ball sailed out of bounds, intended for number 10. That's Nixon Warren, their sophomore wide receiver, who was a playmaker as a freshman as well. Took a shot on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
You know, I don't ever get tendencies or game trends of how the game's going to go based off of the first drive. Sometimes it's really scripted and you script the right things. But, you know, this is where defenses hold up. If you can buckle down here in this side of the field.
Caden Vest on the screen, still going down the sideline. Could not keep his feet in bounds, but he picks up a first down in the process.
That's great play design here. More than play design, great execution. They allowed the defense to get all the way upfield. Look at all these blocks being had here. And then, of course, Caden Vest, incredible balance, being able to keep it going.
Great replay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Got a new set of downs, and you're charging. You're on the brink of the red zone here. So you'll see exactly what your team is made of here. But, you know, Park City, again, they're only giving up 10 points a game on defense. So let's see how they do it here. Oh, that is a legal motion if I've ever seen it.
Two guys can't move at the same time.
Oh, he called timeout. Okay.
Timeout. Spanish Fork, their first of the half.
Dustin Smith's no dummy. He's the head coach of the Spanish Fork Dons in his 5th year. Career wins 30, losses 23. This is the best team he's had since he's been here. And this is one of the best teams they've had probably since the Isaac Asiata years here at Spanish Fork. This is a great team. And Sly, you see the statistics. A talent like Aaron Dunn on this team, surrounded by these kind of skill position players. This is a group that can win it all.
Yeah, and that's what's great, right? It's live to fight another day, and that's when you get playoffs. What you've done during the season, it doesn't matter. You got to win now. You've done what you did during the season to be able to get home field advantage, right? That is an advantage. That's what you can do. But when you get into this game, it's all about holding true. You know, they're driving down the field, they're showing success right now, but they got to punch it into the end zone and really make their defense feel the pressure.
Spanish Fork back on the field. 8:26 left to play here in the first quarter. No score, but the Dons are driving. Full backfield. They go to Vest, up the middle again. Past the 20, now in the red zone are the Dons. It'll be second and about 3.
Great carry. You see the lead blocker there. They're not shying away from where they need to go or where they want to go with the football. They're playing big boy football up there with handing the ball off to Caden Vest. I got a lead blocker. This is where we're going.
Wide receiver screen. That's Jacobson again.
They just ran that to the boundary. I just didn't like that.
Sly's pet peeve.
Yeah, you just can't
in
run
high school
wide
football.
plays. You can't run wide plays to the short side of the field.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't give enough room to operate, enough magic to happen. The blocks aren't even being able to made and certain things like that. The football is so hard to be picture perfect. And if you're doing things to the short side of the boundary, you have to be perfect consistently. And it's just so hard to do.
Smith hands it off to Vest. Vest trying to beat the Miners defense to the outside, and they cannot. A group of Park City Miners get the stop, and now it's 4th down.
What do you do if you're Coach Smith here? You're going to kick the field goal, which is probably the smart thing to do. But, all right, this is playoff football. I gotta get some points here. I believe I can get 2 yards here and make that happen. But, again, we've talked about this Park City defense. They can make it happen. And they'll love nothing more than to come out of this drive with the turnover on downs. Wildcat.
They're going to run Wildcat.
I hope he doesn't get it. They're going to have to measure.
It's close. It is very close.
I got him short. This near side official has him short. But
they brought Smith out, brought Jacobson in to run the Wildcat. Let's see if he got enough. No, he did not. Park City celebrating. It's a turnover on downs.
We said it. This driving down the field is great, but you got to punch it in the end zone. This Park City defense does not give up a lot of points, and they do things like that. They'll get you down into this side of the field. You can get yourself down there this side of the field, but this is when you toughen up and make things happen and give the ball back to your offense and the momentum shift in your favor. Great job by the Park City defense.
So now the Park City Miners take over. Handoff right out of the gate, and no surprise, they go to Warner on 1st down. Warner's having a big year. Elijah Warner, 1,136 yards on the ground, 20 touchdowns on 129 carries. You're going to see him carry the ball a lot tonight. Sebastian Bodley's the quarterback. I have to mention that Bodley, along with his passing yards, has 586 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns on the ground. So this team can run it.
Yeah, for sure.
Go to Warner again. And the Spanish Fork defense bottles him up quickly.
And that's what Spanish Fork is going to want to do. They're going to force Park City to throw the ball. Their rushing attack is very, very strong. So if you can get them stopped on 1st and 2nd down with the run play, it plays into your favor. And you get to do the things that you want to do there. And so forcing 3rd down and a little long by this offense. Like, look at this offense. This is
interesting formation.
Yeah.
Spanish Fork isn't fooled.
I think the ball was snapped before he wanted it there. But that was supposed to be ultimate Wildcat right here. Look at this formation. Yeah, that ball came before he wanted it there. Yeah, they did not get the blocks. That did not happen. But there was a flag on the play.
Cale Cabreros was in there. Caleb Grant was in there.
I think it was a legal formation, and they're going to decline and make it 4th down.
illegal shift.
Yeah.
Offense, 5-yard penalty is declined. 4th down.
Yeah, that ball snapped before they wanted it to on there. I don't think they were fully set, and so they just had to make something happen. But, yeah, that's not a very good offensive series for them. Your defense holds them out, and you literally take no time off the clock.
Max Broadbeck with the punt. Jacobson dancing past the 50-yard line into Park City territory. So while Spanish Fork came up short on their last drive, their defense does the job, gets a 3 and out, and now the Dons have the ball at the Park City 48 to start this drive.
Yeah, this is what kind of game this is going to be. It's going to be back and forth. And the most important thing about this game through the first 3 quarters of this game is going to be field position. Can you play the field position game? Not only are you scoring, but can you pin your opponents back deep to give you the ball? That's what Spanish Fork was able to do on their first drive. They were able to drive down the field, but pin Park City back deep, got a 3 and out. Now they start on this drive from midfield, and that's exactly what you want to do. So now this is a great place to start.
Pierce Garner with the tackle. Try to get Jacobson on the receiver reverse. Gets no gain. Well, they'll give him a yard. 1 yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Smith takes a snap. Pulls it back. Throws the vest. Didn't see it coming. Incomplete. Park City brought the pressure.
Well, great job by the Park City defense. They sat on the stick route right there. This ball was supposed to come out quick, but the Park City defense was ready to steal it in that lane, so the QB held it for a tick longer, and the defensive line was able to get there and force that ball out before Caden Vest even turned his head. But great decision by the quarterback. Great defense by Park City at being there, forcing the 3rd down and 10.
3rd and long. Pressure comes. McKay steps up in the pocket, throws a dart. Caught. 1st down inside the 35, down to the 31-yard line. That is Nixon Warren.
He got some zip on the ball now. That ball gets there. And I know Coach Smith down here at Spanish Fork is a QB guy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so you know he's teaching that. But the way this guy's making decisions with the football and the way he's throwing the football.
Jacobson. The catch, the shift, and down inside the 20, all the way down to the 12-yard line. The Dons are back in the red zone. They've gone to the pass here, and it's worked.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the way he is getting the ball to his receivers. There's no loft. It's straight, it's confident, and it's right in the breadbasket for these receivers.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Vest. Stopped around the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 4.
Yeah, this is great. As you said, we played the field position game. They did go 3 and out on that first drive, but what they did do is pin him back, and then the defense did their job. Now, it made him punt the ball. They started with the ball at the 50-yard line. Only 51 yards to go on this drive is a lot better than 80 to 90.
Now Smith has trips to his left. Vest in the backfield. He's going to go to Vest. And that Park City defense, when they've had to, have really buckled down, and they're not letting anything go there.
Tough. Look at this.
Wyatt Knapp in there.
This great technique, way to get upfield and retrace right there. It's exactly what number 94 come across your screen. Watch him retrace right there and come back and get Vest. That is exactly what you want to do from the defensive end. You want to make sure that offensive tackle cannot block you.
That was William Southard. 3rd and 7. Smith to the end zone.
Ooh,
incomplete.
They're not going to throw a flag on
The
that.
fans are not going to like that.
Yeah. I mean,
the
I
Spanish
saw it.
Fork coaches don't like that.
I saw it, guys. I believe you. But must be Big 12 referees out there not calling pass interference.
Or NFL referees, as we saw last night. Well, give this Miners defense credit. They did a great job here.
You have to.
2 drives in a row, the Park City defense has stepped up in the red zone. Now the Dons are going to get some points on the board, or at least attempt to here. The kick is good.
Nice. Fight show.
So the Dons get 3 points on this drive, and they're the first to score. Kicking for Spanish Fork. Breaker Kilpack.
Great technique, good hold. Good kick.
Kai Roberts on the hold. The way the defenses are playing right now, every point's going to matter tonight.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, when you come in and you have the statistic of I'm only giving 10 points up a game, even like the whole season. And so there's a reason for that. So, one, they believe in themselves. Even when mistakes happen, you let people get down the field. You're able to step up and still stop everybody. You know, it's a term that I've had ever since high school, college, and in the pros. Defend every blade of grass. Doesn't matter if they're at the half-yard line or at the 5-yard line. You have to defend because you never know what can happen. Right? We seen it 2-3 years ago, Baltimore Ravens versus Cincinnati in the playoffs. Tyler Huntley fumbled right on the goal line, and that was for the game. And so every blade of grass, you never know what's going to happen. And that's the kind of strategy that I believe we see from Park City Miners.
That's a returnable kick. Warner. The Spanish Fork special teams wraps them up short of the 20. Great job by that unit.
Was that not a perfect kick?
No, that was...
How does that bounce
He
up
had to
like
run
that?
it back, because otherwise they would have been in trouble.
How does
I
that
mean,
bounce
I
up
thought
like
it was going
that?
to go in the end zone or go out of bounds. It didn't
He
either.
thought so, too.
That was a great kick.
That was an excellent kick. Oh, my goodness.
So that gives Spanish Fork, that pushes them back 10 yards. They're going to start, they got to the 15, so it was a nice return by Warner considering the circumstances, but this is exactly what Spanish Fork wants. They're winning the field position battle right now thoroughly. Park City trying to get this offense going. Not much there. I mentioned the size advantage. Spanish Fork does have that. But this Park City offense, Sly, when you're putting up 30-plus points a game, we're just waiting for this thing to get going.
Something's going to pop. Something's going to pop. They've only had one drive so far.
Fumble.
Oh!
Warner picks it back up and turns it into a positive gain. Great job by Warner. That was nearly a disaster, and he turns it into a positive gain on second down.
You always need a little bit of luck, right? Look at that bounce. How does that bounce? Right,
it looked like he was dribbling a basketball. It came right back up to him.
He's still going full speed.
Right.
He only slowed down a little bit to pick this up. He's still going as if the ball was handed off cleanly. You need a little bit of luck sometimes.
3rd and 5. Bodley's going to throw it. Open cut. Past the 30, nearly to the 40-yard line. Charlie Cusimano.
Great execution on the bootleg. Exactly what you want to do. You want to make sure the defense believes you're going to run the football. Scouting report and what you've done thus far in this game. Is that the first pass?
That was the first pass by Park City.
Yeah, so you make the defense believe that you're going to run it, and that's how the bootleg is able to work and come that wide open.
Bolly's going to take a deep shot over the top. Short.
Yep. Yeah,
and a flag.
I saw it. He had to grab up the jersey. He had to grab up the jersey right there.
Tate Campbell, the intended receiver.
It just sucks that that umpire had a really good view at that. You know, he in other senses you would have got away with that because that was a really tight grab, really close, but just the open side of the play, the ref was able to see, called pass interference.
Defense number 13, 15-yard penalty. Yardage results in a first down.
Yeah, so we got two left-handed quarterbacks in here, so I know where I'm bringing my blitzes. But that's great. You see one-on-one coverage on the outside, take a shot. You take that shot. Now you cross the 50. Back to the field position game we talked about. Now you run the football, which is Park City's specialty. So watch heavy run now in these next 3 plays.
The Miners pass midfield for the first time tonight. They go to Elijah Warner, I apologize. Elijah Warner. And Spanish Fork, it's almost like they're saying, okay, anybody but Elijah Warner can beat us tonight.
Yeah.
We're not going to let your star running back gash our defense. You're going to have to beat us throwing the football.
How do you do that? You start with a big guy up front, Aaron Dunn, holding down the middle right there at that one technique nose guard position. He's making sure. As you watch him, there is no penetration from the offensive side that way.
Bodily blitz comes. They got him. Ball's loose.
No, incomplete. He's calling incomplete.
The whistle blew.
This is a hard call right here. Is he going to call sack or? Yeah.
That was Jacobson on the sack.
Yeah, he's calling a sack.
Let's see, was his knee down slide before the ball comes out?
I believe it was.
No, he's down right there. He's down.
Yeah, I think it was either.
The knee was down before the ball came out.
It would have been a sack or a fumble.
Still a great play by Jacobson. They brought the blitz, and he brought him down. That ends the first quarter. Pretty good start to this game. This is going to be a battle all the way through. Spanish Fork leads Park City 3-0 in this 4A state quarterfinal matchup. We'll be right back with second quarter action.
Kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
5 years. SLRC's award-winning customer service has helped people find the perfect personalized fit that keeps them comfortably moving. Visit us at one of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com today. Moving mountains takes more than muscle. It takes commitment through the comfortable, the uncomfortable, the starts, the stops, the sunny days, the stormy days. Here at Salt Lake Running Company, rain or shine, we've got you. We are here to help you keep moving forward. Locally owned, locally operated since 1995, SLRC offers free custom shoe fittings, rewards, training groups, races, free events, seminars, and clinics. Visit us in store or online today at slrc.com.
Spanish Fork High School. Park City and Spanish Fork 4A quarterfinal. Winner goes to Rice-Eccles Stadium next week. Third down and long, and the ball's loose! The Dons strip the ball from Bodily. I think the fans are upset, but I think they blew the whistle there because of the forward progress came to a halt. What do you think, Sly?
I mean,
Did they blow it too soon?
He was stopped.
Yeah.
I definitely think they should have blown the whistle. But, you know, I mean, he kind of gets loud, so sometimes you can't hear that first whistle.
Right.
But, hey, Spanish Fork, play all the way through. It may be an inadvertent whistle sometimes.
The Dons will get the ball back here. Their defense steps up. That punt is down to the 30-yard line. So that's where Spanish Fork will start this drive. So the Miners get something going offensively, but it stalls in Spanish Fork territory. So now the Dons get the ball back here in the second quarter with a 3-0 lead. I've been impressed by both defenses here. That's why we got 3-0 here in the second quarter. But these are two teams that are prolific offensively, and so far this has been a defensive battle.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I had a feeling, these guys both scoring in the 30s.
Yeah.
You know, per game, I've always said it, when you get these high-powered offenses, it's kind of like the Chiefs and the Bills. Every time the Chiefs and the Bills play, they never score what their average is.
Vest.
Very nice.
Bowls his way over to defender right at the marker. That'll move the chains. He's out to the 40.
Nice. Very nice run right there.
You can see why he's run for 2,000 yards this season.
Look. Wow, this is a punt return. Or punt.
Not quite as entertaining as that last run. Just in case anybody wanted to see the punt again.
I think somebody called in and was like, let me see that again. Let's see, we got trips to the field right here. Attack the seams. Let's see what they do.
Smith's going to pass over the middle. Took a shot, intercepted.
Maybe attacking the seams wasn't what he should have did.
Intercepted by the Miners. Nicholas Morgan with the pick.
This is right. For me, that was play design right there. They ran triple seam, but they didn't get enough separation between 2 and 3 to draw off somebody so it came clear for the quarterback. Everybody was still in that straight lanes from when they started in the line of scrimmage. There needs to be a bend route. There needs to be a real skinny on that second and a go on the outside, and that gives you that separation. They were all really skinny up there. And this Park City defense.
Miners break one. Into Spanish Fork territory, down to the 27-yard line.
Horse collar.
What a run. That's Ethan Cunningham.
Look at this.
So while the Dons are keyed on Warner, Cunningham breaks a big one.
Great job of breaking tackles. I think they're going to call a horse collar here. We'll see.
That's a sophomore running.
Great job. Great cut up. Way to read your blocks.
Foul, horse collar tackle, number 45 defense. 15-yard penalty. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So now the Miners have found something. The penalty puts them in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
How about Park City, huh?
Warner.
Oh, that's a late flag right there. That must have been something after the play. But this is what Park City does to you, man. They put it on you. Now Aaron Dunn's checking back into the game there to solidify that front. But Park City, they run the football at an extremely high rate. And they do that with great execution and push up front and frequency. They may not hit the home run on this down. They may not hit it, but they're going to continue at it. And then they're going to hit it big like they did earlier in this drive. So it's one thing you're going to see from Park City is consistency in running
After
the football.
Play, dead ball, and personal foul. Number 26 defense. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
Yeah, that must have been a cheap shot late. Second down and half a yard.
Direct snap. It's got the edge. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Park City. Elijah Warner.
Well, you said you were going to say his name a lot tonight.
It has been a lot so far.
That is a great Wildcat design right there. They are heavy Wildcat. There's no receivers in this set. Everybody's down on the line of scrimmage, and you're punching it in. That is just a great read right there by Warner. He saw the in-contained person use the wrong shoulder, lose contain, pop out, and he just used his speed to the edge.
The extra point is good. The Park City Miners take the lead. Now up 7-3. Their offense finally breaks through, and they find the end zone in their first red zone drive.
Great job. Great blocking up front.
Too much speed.
Yeah. Great job right there.
That's a 1,200-yard rusher this season. He's showing us why.
getting it done. Elijah Warner gets it done in many places on this offense.
So with 10:18 left in the second quarter, Park City 7, Spanish Fork 3. That was set up by an interception. So Park City takes advantage of the turnover, the first turnover of the game. That's into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. So Spanish Fork will start this drive from their own 20.
See, they got to regroup. I mean, as we know, the game's not out of hand. They got to keep with the same game plan. Yes, there was a turnover on the last drive. Got a little excited, but needed to execute a little better. That backside safety never moved. Just read the eyes of the QB, came over and stole that. But I think Spanish Fork has to keep on their game plan, a good mix of run and pass.
Vest is that game plan right up the middle. He's on schedule tonight. He's averaging 200 yards per game, and he's well on his way. I don't care where level you play at. You average 200 yards a game.
That's good.
You're special.
That's good. That's for sure.
Park City does a good job wrapping them up this time.
Yeah, this defense is nasty.
They play bigger than they look.
Yeah, and that's fast, right? And same thing, just like the 2008 Utes, right? Like we ran 4 defensive ends for the majority of that season. And we played, it was fast. We played bigger than we looked. And sometimes it's not always it's big, it's effectiveness. How effective can we be? How disruptive can we be? And that's exactly what this Park City defense is doing.
Smith's going to pass it the other direction.
Look at that.
Setting up a screen. This is trouble for Park City. Nixon Warren on the catch and run. Big gain for the Spanish Fork Dons, and they're back in business on offense. Great play design.
Yeah, this play, right? A great misdirection. They got misdirection all over the place. The great thing about it is the blocking that they have to go with the fake. It's so believable. It had me. It lost me. I was looking straight over here to the field side here, but they've done that a few times in the plays that we've seen. They make you look one way and throw back the other. But that was great execution as well on top of the great play design.
Jacobson's to the 30 on the end around. The jet sweep. Nice run, a gain of about 7. They'll be 2nd and 3. Jacobson again. Fighting for that yard to get to the sticks. I think he's there. Unless they call him short. No, they're right at the sticks. Let's see if they give him the first down. They will. 1st and 10. Spanish Fork. At the 27-yard line. The numbers that Spanish Fork offense puts up, pretty impressive this year with their rusher, quarterback, and receiver.
Mr.
Late
Everything.
flag comes in. That was Caden Vest on the carry.
And you're going to get a steady dose of that. As we said on the other side, you get a steady dose of running games from Warner, and you're going to get Caden Vest, another unsportsmanlike penalty here.
Wow. This will be interesting.
Both teams need to clean this up. This can't happen late in the game.
Right.
It can't happen in this game, but it's had. But this can't happen really late in the game. It's going to be a huge part of how this game ends.
Let's see what the call is.
During the run, personal foul, targeting number 8, defense. After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 11, defense. 15, half the distance to the goal, first down.
That's hard. That's 2 penalties.
That is 2, and they both count.
There was one during the play and one after, so they're both count. They're not.
Right.
You won't take one or the other. They happen at 2 different times, so they both will be added on. That's huge. They're down there at the 5-6 yard line
They're
right
going to
now.
mark it at the 6.
Wow.
You know, Sly, we mentioned how good the Spanish Fork offense is, and I mentioned the skill position players, but look in your screen. Look at that kid that's taller than everybody else. That's number 79, Aaron Dunn. He's one of the top offensive linemen in the country. The number 1 prospect in the state. He's headed to USC. At least that's the latest decision he made after flipping from Utah. But it helps your offense when you have a player that caliber in the trenches.
Oh, yeah.
Vest up the middle. Fighting for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Spanish Fork. Caden Vest finds the end zone for the 26th time this season.
26 touchdowns. Yeah, that's an area he's familiar with. I mean, you get helped out a lot with penalties. And so in these type of games, you can't hurt yourself. You know,
it's funny how, sorry, it's funny, these drives mirrored each other. Remember, Spanish Fork had penalties down here,
right.
The Park City in that position. So it feels like these teams are copying each other.
Well, you know what I like about that?
Yeah.
They're so similar. It's why they're in this position.
Right.
Right? I think that just bodes well for us to have a great ending to this football game is because of the similarities of these teams, i.e., what we're going to get tomorrow night at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Yep.
You're going to get very identical teams. I know they got different records, but you're going to get identical teams at Rice-Eccles Stadium. It's going to be very, very interesting. But, you know, both of these teams here tonight, they run the ball extremely well. They play good defense. But it's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end down here in Spanish Fork.
So the Dons take back the lead. Now up 10-7 after the extra point. 7:20 left to play in the half. Park City plenty of time here to take that lead back, as it feels like they've found some momentum offensively. Yeah, it's just been it's crazy how they've mirrored each other. Copying is the wrong word. I think mirror is the better word. And to your point, Sly, these teams are the 4 and 5 seed in this 4A state playoff tournament, and they're showing exactly that tonight. This is a very even matchup and between 2 of the top teams in 4A. Warner, he's got the Jets. He's got the lane. He's got the outside. He's got a touchdown. Elijah Warner answers with a 100-yard kickoff return.
Hey, folks, I don't care if you're 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 6A. You got speed like that, it don't matter where you're at. You're going to get the job done. And holy smokes, that's how you want to hit a punt return or a kick return. You got to hit it hard and very decisive. As we said, they had a great kickoff the last time where they pinned him down here at the 15, and Warner got what he could out of that great kick. But there, he got a chance. It hung in the air. They got his blocks initially, but the way he hit that speed, it's all about timing with special teams, and he hit that perfectly, and then it was speed to the end zone. No angle could catch that guy. That's something that you don't coach. That is a great job by Warner at hitting it and then using his athletic ability and speed to take it all the way to the end zone.
Tanner Pidwell with the extra point. It's good. So the Miners, just like that, take back the lead. Here's another look.
Yeah, look at that. The speed in this open field. He doesn't even look like he
wasn't even touched.
I know. That's incredible. His legs are moving, but like his upper body is so calm. That's track speed right there. Track technique. Their upper body is so in control while their legs are moving. They're not straining. That's speed. That's speed. And so enjoy seeing that. You said it. We're going to see he say his name plenty. He's got a rushing touchdown, kick return touchdown. Let's see if he can get a couple more touchdowns in this football game.
Officially an 89-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for Elijah Warner.
Yeah. That's good stuff right there.
So with 7:09 left to play in the half, the Dons will get the ball back.
Good high kick.
And we got a return here. They'll try to answer. Gets past the 20. So all of a sudden, the Miners take back that momentum that Spanish Fork built on that drive. Let's see what the Dons do. Loving the back and forth here. This has been fun so far tonight. Exactly what we expected. That's why we're here. We thought this was going to be a battle for 4 quarters, and that's exactly what we're getting so far here with 7:04 to play in the first half.
You get talented football teams here, and both of the teams, to me, seem like they're coached really well. Aside from the penalties that have set both teams back, this has been a very technically sound, well-coached game.
To go to Vest, Caden Vest, trying to get outside. He's getting yards, but Park City's done a great job of preventing him from getting explosive runs.
Well, that's what you want to do. Whatever he gets, you got to make him work for it. You know, you can't have those easy Barry Sanders off-tackle plays. You got to be like, you got to juke me, you got to run left, you got to run right to be able to get anything that you want. So Park City's just making them work for it. It's exactly what you want to have happen.
Second down at about 7. They go back to Vest. Bouncing outside to the sideline. I think he's at the sticks. That should give them a first down. Gets out to the 35. That will move the chains.
Steady dose. Nice little counter there.
We've reached the 6-minute mark of the quarter. Halfway through. Coach Smith sends in the play. And here they go. Another Vest run. Trying to find a lane. Nice run on first down, though, out to the 40. It's a gain of 6.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. If you want to be productive, you want to test your productivity in your offense, not just running it, in your offense. How many yards can you get on first down? How effective can you be on rushing downs per attempt? You know, this is a 6-yard play right there. If you're averaging 6 yards a carry, that's nice. So getting big chunks like that is great for a team defense.
Smith, late handoff. Vest is taken down. Nice play. Great job by the Park City defense. That'll create a third down. They lose a couple on that play. I think it was number 11 that came in there. Becker Ruzek, senior linebacker. There's Coach Smith right there, Dustin Smith. 5th season at Spanish Fork. As a quarterback coach, he's coached a lot of guys that have gone on to play in college, and of course Jaron Hall's in the NFL right now with the Seattle Seahawks. Smith in the zone. Ooh. Jacobson catches it. It's still going. Similar to the one where he had the pick. This time Jacobson was open.
They are catching the ball in traffic right there. They are not afraid. This is a gutsy throw right here. Wait for him to come open. Beautiful. Throwing it in traffic right there. If he led his receiver would have again blown up. So he kind of hung his receiver up just a little bit. Allow him to catch it, turn around, fall forward.
Boy, that's tough to defend. That's
Yeah,
just
it
a
is.
great pass and catch. It was almost similar to the play with the pick, and Park City defended that well. Just this time,
You're ready.
the throw and going up and getting it made the difference. Now Smith under center. Going heavy in the backfield. Vest fighting for more yards. Park City finally turns him back, but not before he gains about 6. Clock's running. We're under 4 minutes. 3:38 and counting. Don's in no rush. I think they'd like to run this clock out and finish this half with the lead. Second and 4 from the 35-yard line. Smith's going to
Great job.
go with play action.
Oh. Yeah, he could have did a few different things. Smith is actually extremely athletic. He could have kept that ball right there on a straight John Elway naked, but found the over route as well. Put it right on the money. There was tight coverage too. But this is where you want to bootleg. You're left-handed, you want to bootleg out to your left. Great job right there.
Jacob Johnson, the junior H-back with the catch.
All these J's. Jacobson,
A lot of J's.
Jacob Johnson.
.242 and counting. Smith's going to hand it off to Vest. Up the middle, tripped up. Again, Park City has done a tremendous job limiting his explosive plays. He's getting 5 or 6 per carry, which Spanish Fork's fine with, but he hasn't gashed them for that big 10, 20, 30-yard run yet.
Right.
Which, that's how you get to 2,000 yards in a season, is having big plays like that.
Explosive plays. But you said yet. So, you know the high school script here?
Yeah. We'll see.
Third quarter.
Second and 5, Smith. They're going to run it. Vest. Again, Park City does a good job.
Well, yeah. Park City toughens up around this part of the field. If I was Spanish Fork, I got to realize that. They're toughening up around this part of the field. I got to switch up some of my play calling. How do I loosen this defense up? Do I got to do more sprint outs? Do I got to take shots at the end zone? Play action fakes, shots at the end zone. Have that defense get sucked up all into the middle and get one-on-ones on the outside. We take advantage of that. How do I mix up my play calling and play designs here to be effective?
Wyatt Knapp on the stop.
Oh.
Ball's on the ground. It's
ball's
loose.
Out. Oh, ball's out. Did they get it back?
Who's got it? Did Vest get back on it, or has Park City come up with it? Looks like Vest got back on it. That's a setback for the Dons.
Yeah,
on third down.
Now you got to kick the field goal.
Now it's 4th and 4. Smith's still on the field. Yeah. What are they going to do?
Call timeout.
They're going to send Jacobson out there.
Wow.
Yeah. Are they going to try the Wildcat again? Smith's off the field. So the quarterback's on the sideline.
Yeah, this is going to be
But the kicker's not out there.
This is going to be Tebow pop pass right here. Watch somebody sneak out right past the safeties right in the middle.
Vest in motion. Now they're going to signal a timeout by Park City. Great timeout by Josh Montzingo, the head coach. They wanted to see what they were going to do with that, and right before they snapped it, he calls timeout. Had 3 of them. Smart to use it there, Sly.
Definitely, yeah. Somebody was going to call a timeout, and then Coach Schmidt just knew what he wanted to do. So he's like, I don't need a timeout. They need a timeout. And no hesitation in going for it on 4th down. You knew the play that you wanted. You went out there. Guys lined up. You had plenty of time on the play clock. You're about to get good execution there.
So 1 minute, 4 seconds left in the half. It'll be 4th down. And the ball is at the 17. They've got to get to the 13 for the first down. So it'll be 4th down and 4. Let's see if Spanish Fork comes with the same formation, or if they bring the quarterback back on the field, or they decide to take the 3 points. Smith's back on the field. They're going to go for it. The quarterback is back on. Let's see what Coach Smith dials up here.
Now remember, he's a left-handed quarterback, so if they do sprint option to the right, it's going to be a little more difficult. So expect a one-on-one up top.
He's going to stay in the pocket, looking. Flags down. Over the middle.
Oh, he caught that.
Catch is made. Let's see what the penalty is, but Nixon Warren has a first down.
I think it's going to be a flag on the offense.
And
with the
goal at the
offensive
one.
line.
I think you're right, Sly.
But that was a beautiful throw by McKay Smith.
Holding offense number 77.
Yeah.
Penalty from the previous spot. Remains 4th down.
Now,
now
can
what
you
now
kick
what do you
this
do?
field goal? Right now you're in a very hairy situation. This now becomes a 41, 42-yard field goal.
Boy, it's a shame for Warren.
That was a dart.
Because that was a great catch, and that was a great throw by Smith.
Yes, it was.
But now, I think this is maybe outside of the kicker's range. I think they're going to have to go for it.
Yeah, so, this would literally be a 43-yard field goal if they had to attempt that, which is not as easy as a field goal from the 16-yard line would have been.
So backed up to the 27-yard line. 4th down and 14. Smith. Pressure comes. He's in trouble. He's going down. The Park City defense stands strong.
I mean, the way that they broke through that line, I thought there was going to be a screen set up. Either the offensive line didn't get the same jump, or look at that. Oh, just a beautiful defensive move right there. Look at that defensive pressure.
Graham Brown with the sack.
Oh, my gosh. Look at that. Yeah, you can see why this defense has been good all year.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, my gosh. They're making plays on the back end and the safeties with interceptions. They're making plays up front. Great defensive pressure. We've seen that multiple times. It's a very good football game.
Park City is going to try to do something here. Murray on the carry. He's still going. Elijah Warner on the carry.
Yeah.
So Park City probably going to let the clock run out here. We're coming up on the end of the half. I don't even know if they're going to run another play.
Yeah, they're not. They're jogging.
I think they're going to be thrilled on the road to go into the locker room.
They get the ball at half, too.
They do. The Park City Miners on the road lead Spanish Fork 14-10 in this 4A playoff quarterfinal matchup. The winner of this game heads to Rice-Eccles Stadium for the semifinals next week. Pretty impressive half, though, for both teams. So I know that both coaches will probably be like, I didn't like this, but I did like that. But this has been a great competitive football game.
I mean, it's only 14-10. You know, the game's still wide open. This is a two very good football teams here we're seeing here. Great technique across the board. You're just getting hard hat on hard hat. I'm telling you, this game's going to come down to attitude at the end of the day and who's going to come up with the play. Who's going to make a play? I really feel like, we said it in our radio show a little earlier about the Utah game. Somebody at the end of the game is going to have to make a play. At the end of the day, that's exactly how this game is going to have to end. Somebody's going to have to step up and make a play.
We'll find out who that is. I can't wait for the second half. This game has been outstanding. This is playoff intensity at its best at the high school level here in Utah. Great crowd here tonight at Spanish Fork. Cool, crisp evening. It's a perfect night for football. It's also a perfect night to give away some money. We have this big, giant check that we give away every week, and it's in the end zone right now. Let's give that away. KSL Sports is streaming tonight's game on the KSL Sports app, the KSL Plus app, and KSLSports.com. As a part of the broadcast, Utah Community Credit Union is proud to present a scholarship to an amazing student from each school KSL is visiting this year. This week's winner is Audrey Panter from Spanish Fork High School. Audrey has continuously demonstrated and consistently demonstrated exceptional skill, leadership, and sportsmanship throughout her 4 years on the Spanish Fork High School soccer team. In the classroom, Audrey is known for her eagerness to learn and her impressive academic record, maintaining a 3.97 GPA. This scholarship is a well-deserved testament to her hard work and exceptional talent, both on the field and in her studies. Everyone in the Dons community is confident that Audrey will continue to excel in her academic pursuits, and they look forward to seeing the remarkable things she will accomplish in the future. Congratulations to Audrey, and thanks to Utah Community Credit Union for their support of local high school athletes. UCCU, love where you bank. We love this game. We love Spanish Fork. We're having a great time here on Game Night Live. Join us for the second half. You don't want to miss this. It's going to be an exciting finish between Park City and Spanish Fork. A trip to Rice-Eccles Stadium on the line when we come back.
We'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Fun time of year. There's nothing quite like football under the Friday night lights, and then you add the intensity of the playoffs, and it turns things up to 11.
Yeah, we try to tell that story with this latest edition of the Game Night Live highlight reel.
We are ready. We are ready.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there. They're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
Here's KSL Sports Rewind's top plays and performances from last week. Number 5, a great philosophizer once asked, what kind of bear is best? We'll start with this bear, this Summit Academy bear, Liam Larson, proving we may not know everything we think we do about bears as he takes this 93 yards, just seconds into the playoff contest to start it off for Summit Academy. A few minutes later, we've got a different kind of bear. This is a Lively bear. Yeah, that's Kyle Lively taking this pass from Preston Makoviak. Finds the edge, 89 yards. Lively to the house as Summit Academy with some big plays here early. Both of this pair had second touchdowns. We'll show you Liam Larson's second touchdown. This was a 56-yard run. Someone once said the Bears can climb faster than they can run. This duo making us question that. Either way, these Bears run past South Sevier 42-28.
Makoviak takes the snap, gives to Larson. Larson tries to get the edge, cuts back upfield, has room, splits the defense, down the side he goes to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Summit Academy. The Bears, for the first time today, have taken a 2-score lead.
Number 4, We have some impressive plays. Fourth down, and Noah Lonis with the reception and hurls a man. More from this game later.
Fox puts that man in motion. Quick check down here to the running back. He's flying up the field. Hurdles, falls into the end zone. Calls it a touchdown for the Alta Hawks. Great.
Viewmont playing November football for the first time since 2018. And you know we love Benji Tolman fending off multiple East defenders on this run. We'll come back to Viewmont later as well. Stansbury hosting Desert Hills, and Carter Peterson into the pile. Nope, he's not. He's in the end zone. What a touchdown for Peterson and the Stallions. Fremont fell behind Syracuse early, but Cade Hadley shaking off defenders would not be denied as the Pack came back to get their first home playoff win since 2019. And American Fork needed a spark at Farmington. They turned to their Prince Afu with the impressive run, shaking off half the Farmington defense. I think it was 6 missed tackles counted by JJ and Sly.
Cornerback blitz.
And off up the middle. Breaking tackles. He's to the outside. To the 20. Cuts it back inside. Fights to another tackle. Into the end zone. For the touchdown. 59 yards.
Prince Afu.
Prince Afu, 59 yards for the touchdown.
Number 3, Park City hosted Bear River, and it's Ben Souza with the disruption and interception for the Miners as Park City shuts out Bear River. Morgan and Canyon View. The Falcons hung around for a while, including this tip reception by Trenton Ludlow, the safety with the tip and the pick for the Falcons.
Here's Chef again, this time going long.
Has a man, double
it
covered.
Is
picked off.
Wow,
what a play.
It's number 1, Slack.
Back to Summit Academy in South Sevier, and this is off the chest and into the diving hands of Mason Healy for the interception for South Sevier.
Takes the snap. Drops the pass, throw underneath, nearly intercepted, and is
intercepted.
Yep. Does he catch it? Yep. Yes, he does. Mason Healy off the tip.
Delta and South Summit, and this is Roper Crane in the right spot to pull in the turnover as Delta gets the impressive win at home.
Back to pass, Ogdenthorpe going down that far side, and look out. Picked off one more time. Tipped by Colsty, and then bringing it down, I think, was Roper Crane.
We return to Bountiful. Alta looking for points late, but Hoko Tuakoi with the pick for the Red Hawk defense as Bountiful gets an impressive win over the Hawks.
Great job by the big man, though. Sees the ball get up in the air, reacts, shows the athleticism, because we know that offensive and defensive linemen are the most athletic people on the field.
Number 2, Viewmont. Longson's had a great year for the Vikings. It helps when you have a receiver like Drez Jensen to make catches like this. A one-handed play to make this catch. Well, Viewmont advances to the 3rd round of the playoffs for the first time since 1980. We showed you the CV interception, but before that, Lincoln Gilson made this catch. Wow, impressive. Morgan finds their offense and cruises at home.
Receiver.
2nd and 20. Ball caught by Gilson. What an athlete. Lincoln Gilson, first down.
Watch this replay. I mean, he goes up and just goes with full extension and just goes and finds the ball.
West at Orem. West trailing in the fourth quarter, and Isaiah Hawley finds Chachi Pan. The Orem DB had hands on it, but Pan comes up with it for West. Hawley looking corner of the end zone for Pan, and that is, did he catch that? He did! Touchdown West!
Wow! Chachi Pan with maybe the catch of the night. I don't know how that ball wasn't intercepted. The concentration from Pan to just wait, and somehow at the bottom of it all, it's Pan who comes up with it.
And your top plays of the week, just moments before that touchdown, West faced 3rd and 22. Why do you need an athletic quarterback? This is why. The ability to extend plays. I mean, he'll make the commentators sound foolish on this one. Well done, as he eventually finds Pan to set up the touchdown we just showed you. What a play on 3rd and 22 for the Panthers. 3rd and long. Pressure coming. Hawley stepping up, running out of time. I don't know how he escaped that. Hawley's still on his feet. He's going the wrong way. Hawley. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Pan. First down and more. Chachi inside the 20. Oh, my goodness. I don't know how in the world West converted that play. Wow. A low snap here for Manti. This puts the Templars in some trouble as Carter Mason just throws one up, and it's Stone Mortensen making the catch for a first down for Manti.
Gets the snap, and it's too low. Goes underneath, and Carter Mason's able to pick it up and throws it away or near the receiver. Did Stone Mortensen come back and get it? He did. What a play. Boy, oh boy, if Manti comes away with a win today, that is a play that will be shown.
Millard and Kanab. Millard trailing, and Cooper Anderson trying to buy time, trying to extend. He's just got to throw one up, and it's Morgan Tingey who actually catches this off the defender's knee to make the play for Millard.
It's a roll to his left, now scampers to his right, trying just to stay up, and he's just going to chuck this downfield. Multiple guys there, and coming up an interception. No, it's caught. It's caught at midfield. The defender had it in his breadbasket, and it was pulled out by Tingey. Wow.
And finally back to South Sevier, trying to tie this one up, and his quarterback Oakland loses his footing, but still gets it away, and Palmer makes the touchdown catch. What a play for the Rams as they fall short at home.
Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops the pass, falls down, but still gets the ball off, and it's caught by Palmer for the touchdown. And South Sevier is an extra point away from tying the game.
But what a catch, because Canyon Okerlund was almost on the seat of his pants. As he rolls out there to his right, fakes it, he falls down and finds Palmer.
If you've got a top player performance you'd like to nominate, send them to us via your favorite social media platform at KSL Sports Rewind.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch. At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Fun time of year. There's nothing quite like football under the Friday night lights, and then you add the intensity of the playoffs, and it turns things up to 11.
Yeah, we try to tell that story with this latest edition of the Game Night Live highlight reel.
We are ready. We are ready.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork High School. One of these teams is just 24 minutes away from a trip to Rice-Eccles Stadium for next week's 4A state semifinals. Right now, Park City leads Spanish Fork 14-10 on the road. It's Jeremiah Jensen, Stevenson Sylvester with you. The first half did not disappoint, Sly. Both teams played really well It's exactly what we expected when we came here.
Yeah, everybody would look at the scoreboard. It's like 14-10. Man, no, I saw some really good football. This is the type of football that I love to watch. Great defenses, strategic offenses, great QB play as well as far as decision-making. Yes, there was an interception, but it was great decision-making on both sides of the football. This is going to come down to the end. Right now, Park City has the edge. They get the ball coming out here on halftime. They played well on defense. Both teams have been equal as far as time of possession for me in this football game. This is going to come down to the wire. Great running football teams, very technically sound. As you can tell, they've made it this far in the playoffs for a reason. Really eager to see the way this game ends.
Scores from other playoff games around the state. We'll start on 4A since that's the focus here. Is Ridgeline leads Stansbury 24-7. If Ridgeline wins that game, then we'll face the winner of this game between Spanish Fork and Park City. Crimson Cliffs leads Green Canyon 7-3 at halftime. And Skyview on the road leads Provo 26-14 with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Other scores of interest. Bountiful and Maple Mountain tied at 28 in the 5A state playoff quarterfinals. Roy leads Viewmont 34-14. Timpview beat Orem 42-8. And in 6A, Skyridge leads Davis 35-24 after three quarters. Lone Peak is leading Fremont 56-30 late in the fourth. Lehigh defeated American Fork 28-7. Corner Canyon defeats Weber 59-34. So Corner Canyon, Lehigh, Lone Peak, and Skyridge, the top four seeds in 6A, are in the state semifinals at Rice-Eccles Stadium next week.
That's not really new, right? Those guys are always...
Doesn't feel new at all, does it?
Those guys are always there.
I mean, you always... you want to see craziness. You want to see chaos just for fun because we love the entertainment aspect of it. But nobody's surprised that those four teams, and did so handily, reached it to Rice-Eccles Stadium. Short kick, a squib kick. Park City handles it well. And so the Miners will start the second half.
Great field position.
Excellent field position at the 42-yard line.
I mean, if you're going to do a kick like that, this is the time to do it, right? You try to catch them when they're not looking, but Park City is ready. As he said, these are two well-coached football teams. They are aware of all the alerts. Yeah, I was on the sideline one of these Utah games. Of course, it was a close game, and I'm just like, watch this, alert for this. And they're like, oh, you're really a worry ward. I'm like, no, that's what you have to be prepared for. You got to be prepared for everything. Oh,
good first down run.
Yeah,
that's Ethan Cunningham again. He had that big run in the first half.
If he would have broke that last tackle, he was gone. Look at this. Opens up. Look at that blocking. Great tackle right here in the open space. If he breaks that tackle right there, he's in the end zone.
That's Jacobson on the tackle, playing both ways in this game. Second down and 5. Bash Bodley hands it off. No, he's going to keep. Trying to get around the edge. Oh, he does, but he only gets about a couple. I think he's at midfield.
Way to put your head down and get the most as you could out of that. That was well played right there by Spanish Fork. They had a great angle. Now it's only 3rd down and 3 instead of 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Great finishing effort right there on a play that's nothing. I could play in this. Oh my gosh!
The lights are out in Spanish Fork.
I thought this was part of the light show. This might be a senior prank, everybody. What is going on? Oh, the student section's going to light us up with their phones. We're good.
I don't know if that's enough. Hopefully they follow. There's the power. They found it.
There we go.
The lights are back on, and we can get back to play here.
That would have been crazy if the ball was hiked.
Oh, man, if there was live action when the lights went out?
And I ran a straight go route and nobody could see anybody. That'd be my new commercial. I'd do a football commercial like that. It's how Patrick Mahomes scores all his touchdowns. He cuts out the lights. That's his new cheating method.
I know a lot of NFL fans are with you on that.
Oh, look at this heavy set right here. So remember in the first half they tried to do this, but the snap came early and they messed it up. Heavy right here on the backside. They just got to make sure, like if I was Spanish Fork, I would take my fastest guy off the weak side over there and blitz him and cut the runner off. But if Parksy is able to block up that backside, this is going to hit big here on the front right side of that offensive line. Look how many guys are right there loaded up on that right side right there. Heavy right, heavy right, heavy right here. All Spanish Fork is all up.
Bodley up the middle. Fighting, leaning, trying to get there. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he got there. Yep. The up top ref got him.
So Bash Bodley keeps it, and it's going to move the chains. It's first down.
Yeah, it's the guys coming off the edge that are going to stop this play. So when you're coming off the edge, you got to stop initial penetration right there. That way those lead blockers can't do anything. But if that running back is able to get to his blockers, all he has to do is lean on those blockers, and they're going forward. So that is just a really, really great play right there.
That's a 6'5" quarterback using every inch. Incomplete pass. Had a shot deep and didn't take it.
He didn't see it. He didn't see it. He actually had time in the pocket. If he was able to set his feet, he had a corner route to the right side of that end zone that was wide open. But as you said, these quarterbacks are making great plays thus far. They are taking what the defense has given them and understanding what are my first two progressions in my route progression. And just looking at that, taking that, right? That was first down. If I can get 4 yards on first down, that's a win. So that was in his mindset, but he did have something open deep on that play.
2nd and 10. Bodley with the little screen pass to the right, or the left, I apologize.
You can only do plays like that to dynamic guys like Warner.
Right.
Because that was a backwards pass. That was like 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I'm like, oh, he's not going to get anything. And he ends up getting, 3-4 yards on that play. So he gets 9 yards, but it was only a plus 3 yards. But, yeah, that was a dangerous play to the short side of the field again.
Yeah.
But you can only do that with guys like Werner.
3rd down and 7 from the Spanish Fork 45-yard line. Spanish showing blitz. Bodley's going to take a deep shot over the middle.
Catch
is made. 1st down and more. Down to the 21-yard line. Charlie Cusimano with his 2nd catch of the game.
Look at him. He had to hold that for a second. The receiver wasn't ready for it. Again, another amazing play by the quarterback. Bash Bodley does a great job of waiting for his receiver to get his head turned around to make that catch. Under duress, I would have felt the pressure right there and delivered the football. But great job by him at timing and getting the ball downfield and getting a new fresh set of downs on the brink of the red zone.
1st and 10, direct snap. Up the middle. Nice carry.
Wow.
All the way down to the 11-yard line. And you know who it is. That's Elijah Warner on the
look
direct
at that
snap.
blocking. Look at that blocking. That's a great job.
Ethan Cunningham got a nice chip there.
They do it again. Now watch. They keep doing this. They'll pick up the 1st down here. And they'll do this will be 3rd down in inches. They'll do a pop pass, right? You're going to get all the safeties from Spanish Fork are going to come up. And they're going to sneak somebody right behind those linebackers. It was normally a fullback. In NFL, the Detroit Lions will do it all the time. The fullback sneaks right through the B gap and goes right past the linebackers. Oh, that's offsides. Anything? No?
Nope. They hold.
Shift out.
Bodley.
1st down.
He's got the 1st. He pays the price, but he's got it. Sebastian Bodley. What a drive this has been for him.
He's got some speed for 6'5".
Yeah, we mentioned at the top,
quick.
He's got over 500 yards rushing this year and several touchdowns.
He's got a strong arm. I like the way he zips it in there. You know, we haven't seen him being too risky with it. He makes good decisions.
586 yards and 10 touchdowns. So He's a weapon in the run game.
But you see him. He's got really quick instincts, and he's got a quick first step, which is a lot of things that you need. And he's decisive. A lot of runners that you don't see run the ball that much is because they're not decisive. Here you go. That was a broken play.
First and goal.
He's not down.
Warner's still going, but he's going to lose yards. Great job by the Spanish Fort defense. An incredible effort by Elijah Warner, but
he almost makes this happen. This was broken in the backfield. There was a miscommunication right
Aaron
there.
Dunn had him wrapped up, and he broke away from him. But it ends up working out for Spanish Fort because Jacobson makes the tackle.
Yeah, there was a miscommunication between him and Ethan Cunningham right there. But great balance, as we said before, spins out of this. If he got one more block and around that outside, he had the speed to make that. But they got to throw the ball here.
Bottley's going to throw it, rolling right, going to the end zone. Caught down at the 5. So it'll be 3rd down and about 5. Well, it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5.
Coaching decisions, right?
Yeah.
All right, so this is 3rd down. Say we don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go for it again? Or do you kick the field goal and go up
Park
3,
City
go
with
up
a
7?
4-point lead, I'm going for the touchdown. I want a 2-possession lead.
Because here's the thing.
On the road in a playoff
you don't get
game.
it on 4th down. Where does Spanish Fort get the ball? And how good is your defense playing?
Exactly. I think I factored that in, too. This is 2-down territory if I'm Park City.
I want to have a 2-score lead. So, yes, this is 2-down territory. So don't think you have to get the touchdown here.
Bottley's going to pass. Tipped. Almost intercepted.
I would have ran it.
Almost intercepted.
I would have ran it because, as you said, it's 2-down territory. Let me get closer. And you keep rolling out to the right with a left-handed quarterback. That's not comfortable.
Yeah.
As it might be. He's talented enough he can make that happen, but that's still not comfortable. If I'm doing something like this in 2-down territory and he's kicking the field goal.
They're going to kick.
This is safe. It's totally fine to do this, but I would have ran it on 3rd down and see where I got with that and then made this decision.
Tanner Pidwell from 22 yards out.
Great kick.
The kick is good, and the Miners take a 7-point lead. So Coach Monsinko, a little more conservative than we would have gone, but that's why he's over there and we're up here.
Hey.
I think I get makes sense. You're up the touchdown now.
You take
the
that
sure
7-point
points.
lead, yeah.
You take the touchdown lead. You didn't get greedy.
I'm greedy.
And you could also say the same for this decision with their defenses. Your belief is you trust your defense to keep Spanish Fork out of the end zone.
Right.
Like, you don't feel like you're desperate to score points here.
Monsinko wants to go to Rice-Eccles Stadium. He ain't got time for slide games.
Yeah, they've been there. They were there last year.
I got you.
They're no stranger to Rice-Eccles Stadium. They've been there many times over the years. This is a good program. Had a lot of winning. Before going to East High School, Brandon Matich built the winner out of the Park City program. Got teams to Rice-Eccles Stadium, and that tradition has continued now, and Coach Monsinko's done a great job with this program. That ball bounces out of bounds, and that is a penalty.
Barely.
Smart move by the, a risky move, but a smart move.
Missed it by a yard.
To let it go out. So the Dons will get the ball at the 35-yard line to start this drive. 6:52 left in the 3rd quarter. That drive took almost 6 minutes. 5 minutes, 8 seconds, 3 points.
So, also, the pressure is not on. Because of the field goal, you're only down 7. The pressure is not on for you to change your game plan. Still run the football if you're Spanish Fork. You got 75 yards to go here, 65 yards to go here.
They go to Vest, as they have all year. Tries to turn it back, but he can't. Park City
defense
has done a great job.
I love this defensive front.
Yeah.
This defensive front does a great job of stretching the ball out right there and chasing down the running back. limiting it, making them go horizontal, right? How does an offense gain yards? Going north and south. If you can make that offense go east and west, they're doing a lot of running, but they're not going anywhere. That's what this defense does extremely well.
Second down and 12. A tackle for loss of 2 yards. Smith is going to pass. Jacobson with the catch to 40. 45, midfield, still going. He makes things happen. What a great play by Jacobson.
Talk about shifty. Oh, my goodness. Watch him get this ball. This is a 3-yard catch right here. Watch what he turns it into. Woo! You know, like Chris Berman out here. Woo!
That's a 22-yard gain as he circles the wagons.
But look, a left-handed quarterback throwing to his left side. That was not an easy throw, but it was to his comfortable side.
Smith hands it off to Vest. Still trying to get Vest going. Park City's done a great job tonight. He's got a lot of yards. I think he's approaching 100 yards, but they're limiting what he does, and that's a running back that averages 200 yards and almost 3 touchdowns per game.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 2,000. He's got maybe almost 100 yards, but they're making him work for it.
Yeah, and nothing's over 10.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all.
Trips to the right for Smith. Second down and 9. He's going to throw. He's got time. Over the middle to the outside. Incomplete, a little high for Nixon Warren.
Good job, right? A good throw. I like the throw because there was a defender underneath. If Jacobson was able to, or Nixon was able to come down with that one-handed spectacular catch, it was only in the position where the receiver could get it. So again, he may have been overthrown a little out of bounds, but it was a safe throw for him in getting it to his receiver.
Big play on this drive, big play in the game to try to keep this drive alive. 3rd and 9 from the Park City 44-yard line. Now Vest is back in the backfield with Smith. Jacobson on the screen. He's got room to run. He's at the sticks. He's got more to the edge. Jacobson into the end zone. Touchdown! 44 yards. And the Dons have a chance to tie it.
Again, you can't knock Jacobson's athletic ability.
No.
Right? That is just absolutely incredible. But that play design, and I tell folks all the time, if somebody's showing you dangling this over here, pay attention to the other side right there. They got Vest, who's their best player, motioning in and then going out, faking the screen to that side, throwing it to the backside. That is just great misdirection right there. And again, now we're talking about it, right? Should you have gone for it down here on the other end?
Yep.
Right? Tie ball game, right? It was a safe bet by Monsingo. You get the ball back here. But great play design by Spanish Fork right there. Get back into this game. There's nothing that they had to do to be worried about. They could still implement their game plan. There was no pressure on their side. It was a one-score football game. So that just allowed their play calling to be opened up. Great execution there by Spanish Fork. Great 3rd down call. I love it. It's aggressive. I like it. The execution is there. Very, very good.
It's tied up this game. 5:02 to play 3rd quarter. We're tied at 17. Remember, last time Spanish Fork scored a touchdown, Elijah Warner ran back the ensuing kickoff, 89 yards for a touchdown.
That guy has speed.
Either you kick it out of the end zone or don't kick it to him. Let's see what they do here.
Football guys are prideful.
Yeah, they're going to kick it short.
Pitch it back.
And because of that, the Miners are going to get great field position. A nice return. That's Pierce Garner with a nice return. So Park City's got great field position. Out to the 39-yard line.
This game's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be great.
Love the drama here tonight.
Yes.
This is exactly what we came for. This is exactly what we expected. These teams have delivered. Patience on the run. Cunningham taken down. Gain of about 2 or 3. Ball's loose. Are they calling it down?
They're saying the ground caused the fumble.
Well, these Spanish Fork fans don't like these calls. Here's another look. Let's see, Sly. What do you see?
Yeah,
I
think the ground caused the fumble, but watch when he first gets hit, it kind of gets loose.
Ooh. Did he maintain possession there when he hit down?
I don't know. That is close. If it's reviewed, that might be a fumble.
It got loose before he hit the ground, but he repossessed it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a tough call.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't matter. There
Ty
is no
goes to the runner.
replay. And now the ball's loose again. Who's got it this time? Spanish Fork does. No. Sorry, the official put his arm up. That is definitely a fumble.
The ball
That was a fumble.
Great job by the
loose again
by the quarterback here. Oh no!
Who has it? There it is. No, there it is. Where's the ball?
Oh, Warner.
Warner ended up with it. That was drama.
Well, again,
the official put his arm up pointing in the other direction. I thought he was calling for the possession. It was not. So Park City maintains possession, but they're backed up. It's going to be 3rd and 11.
So if I'm Park City right here, I am playing field position game here.
Yeah.
This drive has not been great. I'm going to do a safe play here, screen or a bubble screen to Warner. Getting the ball to Warner, any capacity, whether it's handing it off to him, screening, whatever that is what I'm doing. And you get closer so you can punt the ball and get them down deep into their side of the field. Play the field position game. Tell your defense they got to buck up right here. Buck up, knock these guys out, force a 3 and out so you can start a whole new drive around right where you are now. But that's my game plan if I'm Coach Monsingo right now. I'm going to run a great play. They're going to think I'm going to pass for it, go 3rd and long. I would actually spread everybody out, make them have that impression that I'm going to go try to throw. I'd shift, motion people back in, and run a very safe play. Let's see here. Got spread here. Got trips right. Left-handed quarterback trips right. He got ISO on the boundary up top.
Bodley taking a shot deep. He's open.
Oh, you got to come away with that.
He had a shot at it. Would have had a first down. Intended for Tate Campbell.
I said they had ISO up there. The quarterback's got to lead the receiver just a little more. He had all this area. Throw the ball over here.
Yeah.
He just threw a jump ball. He didn't have to throw a jump ball. You just throw a nice lead pass right there, and that may be a touchdown. But he had ISO coverage. We seen that shift motion went over. He had ISO all the way going.
They get the punt off a little late, but it's off. Coming up to get it on the run. Taken down quickly.
Yeah.
But good field position for Spanish Fork now.
Great field position for Spanish Fork.
They're going to start at 37-yard line. That's 2 yards more than their last drive. .351 to play in the 3rd. We're all tied up at 17. A ticket to Rice-Eccles Stadium to the winner. First quarterfinal appearance for Spanish Fork since 2018. Smith rolling. Throws it in the middle. Caught. Midfield. Nixon Warren with the catch, the sophomore.
As we said, McKay Smith has some zip on the ball right here. This is about the third time that this little end sit-down route right there has came open in the Park City zone. In the Park City zone, he's making a living just finding that area in the zone, that soft area in the zone. But again, he was rolling out to his comfortable side, his left, found his guy on the run, throws a dart, picks up that first down.
1st and 10 from the Park City 49. We got a flag on the play. Vest.
Yeah.
Still running. No, he's down at the 43. Let's see what the call is.
That is offensive. Illegal shift.
Been caught in formation issues a couple of times tonight.
Yeah, he was going
Illegal
forward.
shift. Offense, multiple men in motion. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
The wide receiver was moving. I thought he was moving forward on his motion. You can't do that. This isn't Canada. But, you know, either way, the ref definitely caught him right at the snap. Make that happen. But, you know, the Dons are in control of the clock here. They need to get the ball to Vest comfortably, put the ball in his hands, and then when you see Park City being aggressive, go over the top.
1st and 15. Smith's going to pass. Screen pass to Vest. He's got it. Makes a move. Again, Park City's done a tremendous job. He gets about 5 or 6 yards, though. They'll take that.
Right.
But Spanish Fork's still trying to get an explosive play to Vest. They have not had any luck tonight.
Yeah, and that's the game plan. You take him out. You make him a non-factor, which is great. You make it extremely hard for everybody else to be a playmaker here. But I got to commend Spanish Fork. These play designs are absolutely awesome. Look at these offensive linemen getting out in space and making plays happen. This is a very good Park City defense. They're fast. They're able to make things happen. And, got an injury.
We do. We got an injury for a Park City player. We'll try to identify him and check on his status. Oh, he's getting up. That's a good sign. So we won't take a break here. We'll stay with it. So good to see that young man hop off the field. Hopefully get back in here before this is over. Both teams will take advantage of the injury timeout. Be 2nd and 9. We'll see what the Dons draw up here. Back into Park City territory.
Hey.
At the 48.
I do a screen and go to Jacobson right here. And fake the screen. And the guy who's supposed to be blocking goes on a go route. It's going to come wide open. Screen and go.
Smith dancing in the pocket. He gets out and he throws, incomplete.
Great defense. That's good defense. Aggressive, physical, 5-yard route. You can be physical. It's great defense right there by Park City. Again, I'd run the same play I was thinking. I'd run a screen and go right here to Jacobson. Jacobson in the slot. Have Nixon Warren fake like he's going to get a tunnel screen. But have Jacobson speed, run right up that sideline. Touchdown.
Let's see if they go to Jacobson here. 3rd and 9. Smith's going to throw it. Incomplete. Through the hands of the receiver. So what do the Dons do here? They're going to punt.
Yeah, we got to play field position game right here. Again, where did he roll out to? His right side is not, he can do it. I'm not saying he can't do it. It's just not as comfortable. If he rolled out to his left side, I bet you that ball would have been right in between the numbers. And that's the field side. You had so much to work with there.
No rush on the punt.
Knuckleball.
Not a great kick. That it takes a big bounce. And it's into the end zone. Not what Spanish Fork wanted. Park City will get the ball at the 20. It's a net of 28 yards.
So, tie ball game. You know, that punt that they had, the bad series the last time, doesn't come back to hurt them. So that's good. But they get the ball in 20, 80-yard field, 0-0 ball game. Got 14 minutes and 15 seconds to go left in this football game. Game is wide open. What do you do?
And plenty of time here for both teams.
Gonna get a holding call here.
It's going to be good. It's going to go back previous spot. You want to accept this? It's going to go back.
Yeah, accept that. Push him back. Field position game. Me first down and 20. I'll take that.
Holding 54 offense. 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Penalties are drive killers. That's
Yeah,
going to be
they
tough
are.
for Park City to overcome.
But you know who they do have that will allow you to get over this?
Yeah.
Warren.
He can make up 20 yards real fast.
Look, if I was offensive coordinator for Park City, every single play would be designed around that guy.
Yeah.
He is dynamic. He is
Bottly's
your
going to
Christian
run
McCaffrey.
it. He's taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
Nice play by the Spanish Fork defense.
That's not going to get you much. That's not aggressive play calling. I don't even know what you're.
Injury, dang it.
I don't even know what you're testing out with that.
Hopefully that's just cramps.
No pickle juice in November.
Look, I know it's cold, but warm up the pickle juice a little bit. Get that in your system.
I wonder how that would taste. Warm pickle juice. I mean, pickle juice
doesn't
itself.
sound pleasant.
Yeah, right?
Of course, pickle juice in general is not exactly. It's not something you're getting seconds of at your local restaurant, if you know what I mean.
Unless you're a psycho like me.
Pickle juice is not an option in your fountain drink. I don't think anyone's going to Swig or Sodalicious and putting pickle juice in their Dr. Pepper.
There's some sickos out there. You go to the candy store. There's a little pickle jar.
You're right. We see all kinds of things these days.
Right.
Who knows what they want? Whatever it takes to get the cramps. I think you need to start a revolution, Sly. A health revolution.
Hey, you know what? I've seen it. People are already doing it on the sidelines now. They got little pickle juice packets. I'm like, dang it, I missed it. I missed that opportunity.
Perfect mix of electrolytes. Get that in your system. I missed the cramping from August. It's good to see a cramp in November.
I could have cornered the market, JJ.
I think we had a broadcast this year that went an extra hour just because kids were cramping.
Right.
I swear.
Right.
First cramp we've seen in a while. Hopefully he's back in the game soon and okay. Back to the action. Second and about 19. Bottly's going to throw it. He gets hit hard. Caught! He's going to take it to the house. Reese Smith. 89 yards. Bash Bottly.
Great.
To Reese Smith.
Throw. That throw, great. It could have been a little bit more outside, but the distance, the ability to give your receiver a chance, that was a great throw. Defender's got to come up with that. He's got to make a play. I mean, you're not going to get plays like that often where it's just mano-a-mano. That's the thing. That's what I've always learned from every level that I've gone up. They're like, look, if anything is true, you have to win your one-on-one battle. Whatever that is, stalemate at the offensive line, blocking on special teams, covering a guy in the open field. At the very bottom line, you have to win your one-on-one battle. But look at this throw. Amazing. Great job. A little bit more outside. But where his receiver could make a play right there, led him to his receiver didn't stop stride. That was a great throw by Bottly.
The pressure was on. They were right in his face, and he threw
Look
a
at
strike.
that throw. That is just a
In
great
stride.
throw.
That's just a beautiful throw.
Yes.
Sebastian Bodley with the throw of his life to Reese Smith. And it gives the Miners a 24-17 lead with 1:28 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah.
You can't throw it any better than that.
No, defender's got to come up and make a play. That is a beautiful throw. That was a beautiful, beautiful throw. Hey, it's a 0-0 ball game, as we said. Now they got the lead. Can they keep it? This game's going to come down to the wire. This is awesome.
Kids watching their highlights on the side there. Love it.
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah, great play design, one-on-one on the backside. You get that a lot in high school football. But great execution right there. Great throw by Bodley, man. I can't credit him enough for that.
All right, Spanish Fork, it's your turn. Going to take the kick from the 4-yard line. Nixon Warren gets out to the 19 before he goes down. Some pressure now back on the home team. Give Park City credit. They've had an answer every single time tonight.
They really have.
And their backs, we talked, it was 1st and 20 on that drive. That was 2nd and 19 when they threw that.
Right.
They've just had an answer every step of the way tonight. But to credit Spanish Fork, they have too. And now here's their chance to do it again with 1:21 left to play in the third quarter. Smith takes the handoff or the snap.
False start again.
And they're going to have to start 5 yards back again. Just like on the last drive.
Part of the snap, false start, offense, entire offensive line, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
You all got caught.
Everybody but the quarterback was moving.
First and 15 from the 14. Vest. They wrap him up again. He gets out to the 16-yard line. A good run.
Got a yard.
Gets some of that penalty back, but not a lot. Got to get to the 30 to move the sticks. It'll be 2nd and 14 from the 16-yard line. Sorry, 2nd and 13 from the 16. They got to get to the 29. Smith hands it off. Vest up the middle. Caden Vest fighting for yards. He's got the first down.
Wow.
One of the best runs of the night for him.
It's a 15-yard run right here, but look at look at the surge. The surge by the offensive line right there, and then what I loved about it, it's not a pulling guard where you have to wait for the blocks to set up. Everybody's moving straight forward. That is just allowing Vest to be that much quicker. Just like the kick return we saw from Warner, how he hit it with speed. Same thing in the running game. He hit it with speed quickly, and these guys got on blocks quickly and made that happen. Great job.
Smith throws it back. Nixon Warren on the screen.
Wow, defense.
Good job by Park City. No gain.
They lost a yard, I think. Lost a half a yard.
They might have. And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter.
They gained a yard. Great defense. Look at this defense collapse to his left side. If I'm a defense, I'm favoring his left side because that's where they like to go. But that defensive pursuit right there, reaction time is key. That was awesome. Boom. Look at that. Love that. Decisive tackling. It's going to be an exciting fourth quarter here.
Can't wait to bring it to you. We'll take a quick break. 24-17. Park City leads Spanish Fork in this 4A playoff quarterfinal.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there. They're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
Elevated provides everything you'd expect from the best checking account anywhere and more. A lot more. Like loan discounts, overdraft forgiveness, and free ATMs nationwide. Just visit uccu.com.
And elevate your checking.
We begin the fourth quarter from the 31-yard line. Second and 8. Smith throws. Almost picked. That would have gone the other way.
Oh, I felt it. I felt it.
That was Luke Diamond in coverage. He almost had a pick six. Nixon Warren was able to get a piece of it. He had a shot there to be a hero. That would have done some serious damage to the Dons' chances here tonight. But
yes, it would have.
It's an incomplete pass, and it's 3rd down and 9. What do they draw up here? Smith's going to pass. Now he's going to roll to his right. Back to his left. He's a lefty. He avoids the rush. Now throws it. Caught. Jacobson can't get away. They get nothing. The Park City defense comes up with a stop.
There's some drama on that one, right?
In honor of 2006 BYU Utah.
No, don't say that, bro. Don't say that.
Still salty.
Oh.
It's rivalry week. I had to mention it.
It just pains me deeply.
Well, with the clock running, Spanish Fork is going to punt. So this is a big drive here coming up for both teams.
And I don't hate this decision, right? It's fine. You got to play the field position game. Rely on your defense to get you another opportunity, but
takes a Spanish Fork bounce. This is going to end up pretty well for the Dons. I don't know what Park City was doing there, but
yeah,
he's going to hear from his special teams coach or his head coach on the sideline there. No harm, no foul. 10:53 left to play in the game. Park City has the lead and the ball from their own 31-yard line, and a chance to march down here and put this game away. For Spanish Fork, this is a big opportunity for their defense. They've got to get Park City's offense off the field and give their offense a chance. Quick snap. Bodley pitches it. Cunningham's wrapped up. Nice play there. Sam Pateni comes up and makes the tackle. No gain. In fact, looks like a loss of a yard.
But what is Park City's execution here? Kill the clock, right? You want to take at least 3 to 4 minutes off the clock here. Minimum 4 minutes. Let's go. Let's see what they do.
Trouble. Screen. Warner.
Running backwards. Oh, gosh.
Still going. But Spanish Fork finally wraps him up. They do a decent job of containing him.
So dynamic.
Just short of the 40, but he made them nervous there for a moment.
Yeah, as I said, he's one of those only guys you can do that to here, where he can lose yards and still gain something. But yeah, he is a very elusive runner. That play, honestly, he should have lost a yard or two, but now it makes it 3rd down and 3 here. Let's see what play design they have. There's a lot of different things they can do. I mean, for me, they just got to make sure the ball stays live. No incomplete passes.
The Dons bring pressure, and they're going to get a stop. The Dons get it done on defense. Park City went to Cunningham on the handoff, and the defense comes up and gets him.
I am so annoyed.
It was a group effort.
Why do you do that to the boundary?
Right. Your pet peeve. Cale Cabreros tripped him up.
Much better look at running a quarterback sneak.
So Park City will punt it right back. That is a short punt. takes a Park City bounce. So they'll live with that. So Spanish Fork still down a touchdown. We'll get the ball back. They're going to mark it at the 29-yard line. The Dons have 8:41 to go 71 yards and tie this game, or we'll see what the time situation is. Go for 2 in the lead. Still plenty of time in this game. 8:41 to play. It's been a dandy. 24-17. Park City leads Spanish Fork. A trip to Rice Eccles Stadium on the line for the 4A state semifinals next week. Skyview has already advanced. They defeated Provo 26-20. And into the third quarter, Crimson Cliffs leads Green Canyon 14-3. Jacobson on the run. The winner of this game would face the winner of Ridgeline and Stansbury, and right now Ridgeline is dominating, up 38-7 in the third quarter.
Got good football coming out of Ridgeline.
They've been a machine again this year.
Every year.
We remember their historic 15-0 run. Was it 3 years ago now?
3 years ago, yeah.
They look a lot like that team. Just dominant on both sides of the ball, great athletes. It'll be a challenge for anyone in 4A to take them down. Both these teams want the chance, though. Direct snap. Decent run.
Great push.
Jacobson gets it out. Past the 35, down to the 37-yard line. Make it 38. They're going to need a yard for the first down here. They're going to stick with Jacobson and the Wildcat. To get that yard, they're going to let that clock run.
Which is fine. Don't feel like you're in a rush here. You don't need to be in a rush. Just make the right play calls.
That's the right play call there. Jacobson taking it to the house. 61 yards for the touchdown. And this stadium is electric. Just like that. With 7:02 to play, the Dons have a chance to tie it.
How about that? That was beautiful play design, right downhill, got your fast guy in air, and nobody's going to catch him. It's just like on the other side. Warner gets in space, you're not going to catch him. Jacobson gets in space, you're not going to catch that guy. That is absolutely great execution we have seen from Spanish Fork on a lot of these plays today.
Clock's running. They're going to have to fix that. Clock should have been stopped. So they'll have to fix that on top of whatever else is going on here.
I think we said it, right? This game's going to come down to the wire.
Here we are. Here we are.
It's
minutes. Playing out exactly as we expected.
Oh, 10 minutes. 10:45. Oh, it's flip-flopping again. All right, hold on. I'm going to wait.
They're trying to fix the clock.
Yeah. $6:45, right? 6:45 is what he said. There we go.
That's a huge extra point.
Yeah, it is.
And it's good. We have a tie ball game. Breaker Kilpack puts it through the uprights, and we are tied. This is why.
That speed in the open field right there, that is terrific. Great execution. You can see these guys have drilled this in the offseason. This is not just work that they put in training camp. They've done a great job of understanding how to run each play, what it takes to execute all of these things. They have been together on this. This is definitely a great show of team chemistry in this football game. But the execution is just paramount from all the different play designs from Spanish Fork. This is great work by them. It's very hard to say. As we said, Park City came in here only giving up 10 points a game. This is a very talented offense. Both of these teams are averaging 30-plus points a game. This is interesting. This is going to come down straight to the last 2 minutes of this football game. Let's see how this ends up.
Here we go. 6:45 left. All tied at 24. Now it's Park City's turn. How do they respond? They got a chance to return this. And they're going to get past the 25, but short of the 30.
They must be looking to see, okay, where's Warner at? Is he here? Is he there? Let's kick away from that guy, because I was like, he should have been the deep man on that, but he wasn't. But, this is going to be interesting how this unfolds. Who's going to have the pressure on him here tonight? There it is.
Gets to the edge. Nice run and more. Here goes Warner again. Oh, he stepped out of bounds.
Guys,
Elijah Warner.
How is that not a TFL?
Got to the edge.
How is that not a TFL? Look how elusive he is. That is just absolutely amazing job right there. Getting around the corner. The defender had an arm, but he did some kind of shoulder shimmy to get under that. Couldn't tiptoe to sideline. He was right there. If he was able to tiptoe to sideline, as you guys could tell, he would have been gone. Every play goes to Warner.
Not this time, straight up the middle, and not much there.
Sophomore better hold on to the ball.
Warner was the decoy there. The sophomore gets the carry. Ethan Cunningham.
He better hold on to the ball. That's all I know.
Clock's running. Coming up on 6 minutes to play.
But that's what Park City wants. Run that clock. Run that clock.
Second and 8 from the 39. Warner in motion. He's going to throw it. Bodley over the middle, wide open. Catch is made into the open field. Down to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 31 yards.
Now that is great play design. Look at the fake here, fake around the middle, and then the tight end seam route comes wide open because everybody's worried about the things on the edges. The middle comes wide open because they can flush everybody out to the outside with the misdirection. That's very Spanish Fork-like. That was a great play right there.
Charlie Cusimano with another big catch. Direct snap to Warner. He's taken down quickly. Not able to break that one. So the Dons get exactly what they want there. Clock continues to run. Coming up on 5 minutes to play. It'll be second down and 8 from the 28. Let's see if the Spanish Fork defense bends but doesn't break. Park City looking for the lead. Direct snap again. Warner up the middle. Fighting for yards. Gets to the 25-yard line. Gain of about 3. So it'll be third down and 5.
What do you do? What do you do? These are those moments here because this is not two-down territory.
No.
This is not two-down territory. So what play do you come up with?
Third and 5. The snap. The run. Cuts it up. Down. Got him. Warner was one shoelace away.
Was it the turf monster? What happened? He got tripped up here.
Let's see who got him.
See, great patience. It looked like the turf monster got him. He's running too fast. As I said, he's got that calm upper body and fat legs moving really, really fast. But again, if you have the leg for it, you kick this field goal.
Ryder Bowen, it looked like it was in the vicinity, whether he was the cause or not.
Yeah. Call timeout. Don't rush. Do not rush. Call timeout. Call timeout, coach. Call timeout. Don't rush this field goal.
They do. Coach Sly is right again. Coach Monzingo heard you.
Don't rush this.
He calls the timeout.
Because he was deciding whether to go for it or not. You did a great job. Let the play clock run all the way down. Run as much time off as you can with the play clock, and then you call your timeout.
So with 3:46 left to play in the game, game tied at 24, Park City kicker Tanner Pidwell will come out and attempt a 41-yard field goal for the lead. Unless they change their mind on the sideline right now. I don't think they will. They trust him. He's a good kicker.
I'd have Jacobson right under the goalpost in case this is short. Jacobson or best get your butt under that field goal. Catch this like a kick return. Return left on.
Sly's calling for a kick six.
Kick six.
This kid's got enough leg for a 41. Let's see what he can do.
You know, I've seen
this is
people
what you trained for.
I've seen people with enough legs still get it short.
Yep.
These are tough moments.
It's cold out there.
It's cold. These are tough moments right here. He wants to be perfect. He might make a mistake. What is it going to be? If it's high and short, I'd want to have...
They're bringing the offense back.
Okay.
They're going for it.
Playoff football, baby.
4th and 5. Here we go. Now another timeout. This time, Spanish Fork's going to call it.
And then Monsingo's going to kick the field goal.
Hey, you know what? If you can take a timeout from the other team,
yes,
why not?
Yes, why not?
Two great coaches in this game, two great staffs. These guys have won a lot of games. They know what they're doing. It's fun to see. This has been a fantastic night of high school football under the Friday night lights here in Spanish Fork.
The last one at a high school before we go to Rice Eccles.
I know. This is it.
How about that?
This is our 13th straight week under the Friday night lights, and now it's time to go up to the big house in the state of Utah, Rice Eccles Stadium for high school football. This is what these young men dream of. They all want a chance to go up there and play on that turf. One team here will get a chance. It's not over yet, but Ridgeline is well on their way. They are winning big over Stansbury. The 11-0 Ridgeline Riverhawks.
What were the 5A teams that made? Oh, we'll wait until after this.
We'll get to the scoreboard at the next change of possession. But here we go. 4th down and about 4 yards to go. Bodley, are they trying to draw them off sides? Offsides would give them a first down. Now they're going to split wide right. Trips to the right. Will they snap it? They do. Bodley looking that way. Going to the end zone. Intercepted. Incomplete. Docked away. The defense does its job. Park City went for it all. They gambled and lost here.
I just don't get that. I just don't get that.
Didn't come out of his hand very clean. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's double coverage.
It is double coverage. Let's give credit. Gage Christensen went up and got his hands on it. Otherwise, that ends up being a jump ball where Park City may have had a chance. But it was double coverage. So possession now goes to Spanish Fork. The Dons have 3:40.
Tons of time.
They got to go 76 yards. Up the middle. There you go, Vest. Caden Vest. He's got a chance. He's been waiting all night. The wait is over. Vest. 76 yards for the touchdown. patiently waited all night long for the chance to break one off like that, and there he gets it.
And that happens because there's no pressure on Spanish Fork. They've been running the second half with no pressure. They've been able to run their complete offense. You haven't been able to make them one-dimensional. You've had the lead majority of the game, but you have not been able to put pressure on them. They were able to run a basic lead play, and to their best player, over 2,000 yards rushing this season. Oh,
another key extra point. Everything blew up there. I don't know what happened.
False start by the kicker.
Oh. This is a key play. There's plenty of time for Park City. 3:03 to go.
As we
you
know,
miss an extra point, you're going to live to regret it here.
All Warner needs is about, what, 1 second, because
Warner can do the same thing we just saw Vest do.
On the kick return here.
So this is key. They're going to move him 5 yards back.
That speed in the open field.
Kilpack's got to have this. 25 yards for the extra point. It's no good.
Yeah, you said it.
It's no good.
Great effort. Great effort on the defensive side there. Look at this. Basic lead play. Great vision by Vest. Great vision right there. As I said, this team looks like they've been together all offseason. Walking through how to block. Look how well they blocked everything. Look at the leverage on all of the blocks. The leverage on all of the blocks is perfect. Exactly how you do it. They look like they've been working on this for months. This is what you see from the offseason. This is offseason showing supreme here in November. That is great execution right there by Spanish Fork.
This is years in the making. These guys have played together forever, since they were tiny in Little League football.
Mm-hmm.
McKay Smith, Caden Vest, Brock Jacobson, all played on the same team in Little League. All coached by Dustin Smith.
Sounds like Coach Prime.
This is something that they've been building and working on for a long, long time here in Spanish Fork, and it's all coming down to this. But Park City is in great position now. If they can score, win the game with an extra point. Coach Smith's having a conversation with an official right now. I don't know what about.
Let's see, where's Warner at? Is he the deep man? Or is he one of the up men? I think he would be a deep man. All right, here we go. We've seen one kickoff return by Park City in this football game, so it's not foreign territory. But we've seen a lot of squib kicks here. 3 minutes and 3 seconds left on the clock. 6-point lead.
All right, here we go. Saddle up for the final 3 minutes. Kick short. The return. Nice job on special teams.
Why do you not let Vest get that ball? He would have caught it on the run. Go get your blocks.
2:58 remains. Park City's got to go 75 yards for a chance to win. Three minutes away from one of these teams going to Rice-Eccles Stadium. Incomplete on the ground. Reese Smith couldn't hold on.
Catch this ball.
He had the 89-yard touchdown.
It hit you right in between the numbers. Catch that ball. This is, as I said, who's going to make a play here late in the football game? That's what this is all about right here. Where is Warner?
2nd and 10. Bodley's going to run it. Up the middle, wrapped up, and he can't escape. Gets a couple yards before he's taken down. It'll be 3rd and long.
This, of course, is 2-down territory. So, again, be smart with the football, Bodley. Don't feel like you have to get everything on this play. If you get in shotgun, the pocket breaks down. Don't be afraid to run it with the QB here.
Bodley throwing it. Open. Caught. Smith.
Get out of bounds. Great job.
Reese Smith gets to the sticks. 1st down. Clock stops with 2:02 to play.
Great play call right there. And this is the tough part. You're going to get Spanish Fork essentially playing really soft, really in prevent. And they're going to let a lot of things like that go. Again, there is tons of time in this football game. 2 minutes to go 60 yards. Tons of time. They can run stop routes all day like that.
Spanish Fork showing pressure. Warner to the right. Trying to find a hole. Now he's going to bounce back the other way.
Okay, illegal blindside block there.
Taken down to the 38. We got flags all over the place.
It's a penalty nowadays. It wasn't a penalty back in the day, I'll tell you that much. But this is a blindside block as Warner's trying to come back to the football. These young guys got to understand can't do that.
That's the risk of a running back turning the other way.
Yeah. Imagine
blockers in a tough spot.
Blocking for Dante Hall or Barry Sanders, right? That happens all the time. Yeah, so they're moving in the direction you don't want to go to.
Personal foul, blindside block, number 30, offense. 15-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
That's costly. Park City all the way back to the 25. So it'll be 1st down and 25. Big hole to dig out of here for the Miners. Bodley going deep, taking a shot. Into double coverage. Is it picked? It is. Two straight drives. Gage Christensen has come up with a big play on defense.
Sorry, my football brain just goes to. It was a great play by Spanish Fork, but why? There's still 2 minutes left in this football game. Minute 58. It's 1st down and 20. And you go max protection, which the max protection really broke down. It wasn't that great a max protection. And you throw to Warner, who's in double coverage, to the quarterback's right side when he's a left-handed quarterback. I don't get that. Stuff like that doesn't make sense to me.
They'll run the clock here. Park City has 1 timeout left.
If that was max protection, I wouldn't have ran a go route. I would have ran a route that he's moving on, a deep in route or a comeback route to where he's faking long and coming back. I would have did something more than a simple go route. That is something where a post safety over the top. If I'm calling it out over there, you think the defense isn't paying attention to that, of looking towards Warner? But, I mean, they seen success when they hit Reese Smith, on a comeback route earlier in that drive where they got the 1st down. That's the place I would have went back to. Something like that. Don't feel rushed. Tom Brady moved down the field, an entire field in 40 seconds, and that was too much time. Right? And he wasn't going deep the whole time. Just great clock management right there. But, yeah, just things like that kind of bewilder me as far as where they think they were going with that. Again, that was to the QB right side of a left-handed quarterback. Fade route, max protection that wasn't really max protection. It just limited success on that.
Clock runs. Down under 10 on the play clock, and they'll let the rest of it tick off before they snap. Smith's going to hand it off. The tackle's made. It'll be third down.
Yeah, Park City's ball searching. This is what you got to do. Try to get that ball out. Great timeout right there.
So the clock stops with 49 seconds left. During the timeout, I'll catch you up on the scoreboard, playoff scoreboard tonight. In 6A, Corner Canyon, Lone Peak, Lehigh, and Skyridge all advance to the 6A state semifinals. In 5A, Timpview beats Orem 42-8. Bountiful defeats Maple Mountain 42-35. Roy defeats Viewmont 43-29. And Brighton and Olympus right now tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. Skyview beat Provo in 4A. Crimson Cliffs lead Green Canyon 14-11. And Ridgeline's up 38-14 in the fourth quarter. Back to this game. Spanish Fork 49 seconds away from a trip to Rice-Eccles Stadium. McKay Smith on the bootleg. Fumbles.
Oh.
And they recover.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think they wanted that much drama.
Right.
But he's got the first down, and this game is going to end with Spanish Fork the victor.
Yeah, great hit right there. Yeah, he's got to understand, get the first down and get down.
Ben Souza gave his team a chance by forcing the fumble, but Spanish Fork recovers. They're going to take a knee, and they're going to get ready to go up to Salt Lake City next week.
That's the game.
The Spanish Fork Dons come from behind. Protect home field advantage and win this ball game 30-24. Spanish Fork, you're headed to the hill.
How about that? Great matchup tonight. As we anticipated, you know, this was going to be a hard fight. These are very equally even-killed teams here. Going to come down to the end of making decisions. Penalties came into play here late, making it first down to 20, making it hard to see your next move. You don't get to do things you traditionally do when you're backed up, especially late in a football game here. But great job by both coaching staffs. It was awesome to watch and see how it came out. Spanish Fork, as you said, they've been working at this for a minute. And you can see that their work in this offseason was tremendous, and it's definitely paying off. They get a trip to Rice-Eccles Stadium. It's going to be It's going to be terrific to see them take on, they play Ridgeline, correct?
Waiting for that game to go final, but they are up big right now. Ridgeline, last score I got 38-14 with 4:31 left in the third quarter.
So let's just call that a victory. But, you know, it's going to be interesting, man. And as you said, they didn't know who was going to come out on top of this game. You know, Warner's done a terrific job for Park City. That defense has been absolutely amazing. But Spanish Fork, that came to play. They had an absolutely great game plan, and they executed to perfection.
Here come the fans. The students here at Spanish Fork all going to be a part of this. They're going to be getting on a bus next week. They're going to be headed up north to watch their team play on the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium. While they celebrate, we want to congratulate Park City on a tremendous season. They'll finish this year with a 10-2 record. Coach Josh Montzingo's done such a terrific job with that program. They put it all out there tonight. Just came up one score short. They gave us a great football game here tonight.
Yeah, man, it's what you want. You want these excitement-filled football events here. You know, it sucks. You got to have a winner and a loser. You hate to end your season on losses, but you got to tip your cap. Both of these teams did a tremendous job tonight. Hard-fought battle. But it's never over till it's over. Park City had command as far as the lead majority of this football game. Let it go in the weaning moments of this football game. But terrific game plan by Spanish Fork. Great showing by these fans in this community. Great support. This was a live stadium tonight. Awesome event.
So Spanish Fork will play the winner of Ridgeline and Stansbury on Thursday at 6 p.m. at Rice-Eccles Stadium. We will bring that game to you right here on Game Night Live, as we will have live coverage, live broadcasts for each and every 6A, 5A, and 4A semifinal and championship game coming from Rice-Eccles Stadium. So the Spanish Fork Dons will play Thursday night at Rice-Eccles Stadium at 6 p.m. Celebrating with a little boot scooting boogie. This town's waited a long time for a moment like this. It's been a few years. They've been there. They've had some great players in this program over the years. I'm sure Isaac Asiata's watching right now. Former Spanish Fork Don.
Yeah.
Richard Wilson played at BYU, former Spanish Fork Don. Those are all guys that have had a chance to go up and play at Rice-Eccles Stadium. We hope to have a post-game interview for you. Working on that right now.
Our guy's so close to us, we might just have him come up to the booth.
If we had another headset up here, we would.
Right.
I think he's so excited he had to come up here and see his family. I get it.
He had a great game tonight.
Yeah, we're working on getting Brock Jacobson.
The path to the state title. So what are the four teams in 4A?
Hey, Coach Smith busting a move.
Hey,
there you go.
It's a celebration.
You can dance when you win. There we go. You can't touch this.
Bring it back. Yeah, this is an amazing moment. This is those feel-good moments, the stuff that lasts a lifetime. Soak it up, celebrate this winning all night tonight, and get back to work tomorrow. But this has been tremendous, tremendous work by this football team. You can see they put in a lot of work to get to this point. Love seeing hard work paying off.
They're going to party all night long, all weekend long here at Spanish Fork, and they should. 30-24, the final score.
One of the better light shows, you know, in the state. They have great light control here in this stadium, especially after touchdowns. It lights this place up.
Well, Sly, let's start talking about next week, because we've got a lot of things all set up and ready to go. Let's break down 6A. I think we got exactly what we expected, Sly, in that bracket. You're going to have Corner Canyon versus Lehigh in a matchup of last year's semifinal game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got another rematch from just this season. Two teams from Region 3, Lone Peak and Skyridge.
Oh, that was a good game we called.
We had that game, and so we're going to get to see it again this week. Look forward to that. Your thoughts on that bracket as you see it now?
Yeah, I absolutely love it, man. I think it's a top-tier matchup. You know, two great teams that are coached extremely well. Being on that level, you're going to see some intense, great football. A lot of get back. Again, we saw that Skyridge Lone Peak game. Skyridge came out on top, really established dominance in that game. I think Lone Peak's going to want to come back and get some get back in that game. So I love to see recurring matchups within the season. That makes for really good football. And then Corner Canyon Lehigh, man, you know, this is Ed Larson's last year. And so, you know, he's going to want to go out on the right foot. And we knew how frustrated he was in the state quarterfinal game last year, or semifinal game last year.
He did not like the way his team played.
He did not. And so
couldn't wait for this chance to do it again.
One, to end his career, coaching career, and to be able to get back at Corner Canyon from last year. I think it's just primed to be a great, great matchup for us to see next week. So very, very excited. This has been a tremendous football season, and we're going to see some good stuff.
All right, we've got our most valuable player of the game in the end zone right now, number 11, Brock Jacobson. Brock, congratulations. I know this is a special moment for Spanish Fork, for you guys, for the fans. Can you just describe to us what this means for you guys? This is something you've worked all your lives for.
Man, all the weights, all the sprints, every hard practice, this is all what it pays down to. So, man, we just talked in the locker room before, and he said this can't be it because we've worked too hard. We've done too much stuff to not get past this, and we want it. We want it bad, so we're coming for it, you know.
You guys are a joy to watch. What I see from you guys is a lot of off-season work that's coming to fruition now. Talk to me about the work that you guys put in before the season and how that's came to pay off now in November.
So right after the season, our coach booked the ADC every Tuesday and Thursday, and he said, hey, we got to just put the work in. We're going to get here, get some work in, and then we started doing weights in the winter and just kept on through the summer. Went to some new 7-on-7s, kind of got our competitive edge there, and we just kept on going through there.
I know that you and Caden Vest and McKay Smith, you guys have been playing together since you were little. How much of an advantage do you think that gives you guys? You've got teams around the state playing the transfer game, kids from out of state playing with those other teams. You guys have been doing this since you were little. What does that mean?
It's just that chemistry that we need, man. so fun playing with them. They're your brothers, and you love them so much. You just want to play so hard for each other. You leave everything out on the field for them.
Well, I mean, as you said, this can't be it, right? And so you got Rice-Eccles Stadium coming up next, and that can't be it. So how do you guys get all the way to the state final?
We just got to keep on doing our thing. 1 inch at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 practice at a time. We just got to keep on going.
Finally, Coach Smith has been in this program for 5 years, and it wasn't an overnight process, but he's built this team into a team that's going to go up to Rice-Eccles Stadium as your teammates come to mob you. Let the celebration begin here.
Oh, man.
Hey, he is him. He was him tonight, Brock Jacobson. I'll let you finish that. Just talk to me about what Coach Smith and this coaching staff has done to give you guys a program that can accomplish something like this tonight.
Man, they just put us in the right spots, make sure we're doing the right thing, and just get after us when we need it, push us, put us in the right spots, and then we go get it. You know what I mean?
Well, congratulations, Brock. You and your teammates have a chance to go get it up at Rice-Eccles Stadium the next 2 weeks. We wish you guys the best of luck. We don't know who you're going to play yet, but can't wait to broadcast it next week. We'll be up there with you guys on Thursday night. All right. Thanks, Brock.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Brock Jacobson and the Spanish Fork Dons. They won in the quarterfinals for the first time in quite a while. They're headed to Rice-Eccles Stadium to take on the winner of Ridgeline and Stansbury. Sly, you got a chance to see them tonight. What are your thoughts on their chances? I know Ridgeline's going to be tough if that's the team. And you see, on the other side of the bracket, you're looking at Skyview. And you're looking at perhaps Crimson Cliffs, who, of course, won it last year. That's going to be fun. I can't wait to do the 4A games this year. They're going to be a blast.
Yeah, those Cache Valley teams, they got nothing else to do but play football. So, it's going to be a tough matchup. But I absolutely love what we saw from Spanish Fork tonight. They are a real team, as you said, that chemistry between Jacobson, Vest, and McKay Smith is something that I think is going to carry them. Those are the leaders on this football team. Jacobson playing both ways. He made a huge impact offensively and defensively in this football game. It's going to come paramount when they play against Ridgeline next week. And so I'm eager to see that 4A matchup next week. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Some great football teams going to be at Rice-Eccles Stadium next week. And we get to cover it all.
Sly, I think the semifinals are going to be awesome. So the 6A semifinals are on Thursday. The 4A semifinal between Spanish Fork and the winner of Ridgeline and Stansbury is Thursday night at 6. And then on Friday, we're going to have the 5A semifinals. We don't know those matchups quite yet. I know Bountiful has advanced. Let me get it out here right now. Why not? We're here. Where are we going? Let me get it out here right now. I'll give you an update if you're watching at home on who's going and who's not. Brighton and Olympus are fighting for that one spot, but Bountiful's moving on in 5A. Roy's moving on in 5A. So we're going to get a Roy-Timpview semifinal, and then Bountiful will play the winner of Olympus Brighton. So back to our point. If you love high school football, the semifinals this year are going to be insane in 4A, 5A, and 6A. We're going to bring you every game next week, starting Thursday at Rice-Eccles Stadium. We can't wait to bring it to you. We are the exclusive home, the exclusive streaming partner of the UHSAA for these high school football events, and we can't wait to do it for you next week. All right, that's it for us here from Spanish Fork. Great night. Spanish Fork outlast Park City to advance to Rice-Eccles Stadium. For Stevenson Sylvester and our entire Game Night Live crew, I'm Jeremiah Jensen. So long from Spanish Fork High School. We'll see you at Rice-Eccles Stadium on Thursday.